Gorilla Tag is one of the most popular and loved virtual reality games. Its concept and gameplay is simple and fun to enjoy. However, some updates inside of Gorilla Tag nearly killed the game forever. So in today's video, I'll be going over Gorilla Tag's most hated updates. And stick to the end, as I will also be checking out these updates myself. So, what were the most hated updates inside of Gorilla Tag? Well, some generally toyed with the game, some the community just disliked, and others were just hated for no reason. But today, I'll be going over them. Before we go over these hated updates, I would hate it if you didn't subscribe. It's free and it helps me out a ton. But anywho, let's start off with the first hated update inside of Gorilla Tag. So, the first update which the Gorilla Tag community disliked was the 2021 April Fool's update, otherwise known as quote-unquote human tag. In this update, not much content was added as Gorilla Tag was still quite a small game back then, as well as this update being rushed. This update was hated due to the fact there was a pale white mask placed on your face for the entire day. This mask was not able to be removed and people really disliked it, and most people did not enjoy the look of this cosmetic. I mean, look at it. Luckily, this update only lasted for one day, and recently in the Lemmings loot, this mask was actually brought back for purchase. However, I don't think anyone would buy that. However, moving on from this, let's talk about the next hated Gorilla Tag update, created on the 22nd of September 2023, otherwise known as the Forest's Lava update. Despite this being quite a unique update, adding an entire volcano inside of a Gorilla Tag, there was a lot of hate put towards this update. There was a certain part of this update which allowed you to trigger the lava from the volcano. This really irritated people as everyone would always set off this lava, and it could get really annoying at times. This was also a hated update as competitive Gorilla Tag players hated that they could barely run on the ground, as that is one key skill inside of Gorilla Tag. But the lava in this update prevented players from even being able to go on the ground. Put it simply, this update was hated as it stopped players from essentially playing the game properly, specifically in Forest. Moving on to the next hated update, which is quite also controversial, released on the 31st of May 2024, otherwise known as the Pride Jam update. This update was hated for a number of reasons. In the kindest way possible that I can explain this update was disliked due to the fact that it was based off the LGBTQ community. Some people didn't mind it, some people didn't really care, and some people downright really hated this update. Some people simply just didn't like this update as it doesn't support the community, and this is why they hated it so much. This update may have been hated due to the fact there was also a moderator named Antoka, and they banned someone for having the name Turn to God. However, I already covered that in a video several months ago. But moving on, people genuinely lit these cosmetics on fire because they hated this update that much. Some people even quit the game. Now, despite this, I will now be checking out these hated updates out for myself to really see if they were worth hating on, and if they were really that bad. Oh, it finally works! Oh my god! Alright guys, I've spent the last hour sorting this out just to see if this one version works. This is the April Fool's 2021 update. Now, I do believe this is when the mask came out, but for some reason it looks like I'm not wearing a mask. You can see it's got all the old textures. I don't even think there's slippery ones. Didn't look like it. So we've got basically the old textures, and you know, and oh my god, is this? I don't even know if this is the right update, bro. I might have got the wrong update. Alright guys, we are now in the April 1st, 2022 update, also known as the human tag update, although it don't look like I've got the mask on, and I'm not sure if that mask stays on if you're on a public server or not. So I think this update is quite literally nothing else. Obviously got the spring, the OG spring. If we go check for this mask, oh yeah, it's not there. I mean, apart from the mask, I don't really see why this update was here. I mean, it was a spring, got some cool cosmetics, and I want to say 2022 for Gorilla Tag was like peak Gorilla Tag, because like that's when all of the creators were posting on this game. But yeah, because obviously this was such a small update, there's not really much I can go over or explain. I mean, I've already explained it. So moving on to the next update. Whee! Whoa. Alright guys, we should now be in the Volcano update from around 2023. Now for some reason, the message of the day is actually still here, unlike the first one we played. And I don't know why, but it looks like I could possibly connect to a server. Well, if that's the case, I am changing my colour code all the way back to pink. Alright, so let me tell you why this update was hated. Although I think this is a pretty unique update with adding an entire lava system inside of Gorilla Tag. So when people use these rocks and put them in the volcano, it would make lava come up. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. I think the lava only works when you're actually on a server, so unfortunately, I can't show you. Actually, I have some footage of this from 2023, so let's just take a look.
Oh my god! There's rising lava!
How did we get the lava to go down, man?
This lava was basically the only reason why this update was hated, because I can't find anything else why this update would be hated so much. I mean, we've got some pretty decent cosmetics. We've got like a lava slingshot, a fire umbrella. I actually own this umbrella. We have a volcano badge, volcano ring mug. We've got some pretty cool and unique cosmetics. And this was back when OG City was still in the game. So basically, all that ruined this update was just the lava inside of the game. If the lava probably wasn't there and the volcano maybe just didn't erupt or erupted lower, then I presume this update would not have been hated. But with this update out of the way, let's go and check out the last update of this video. And this might be one of the most controversial and hated updates inside Gorilla Tag. Alright guys, we are finally in the last update of this video, and this might just be the most controversial update Gorilla Tag ever released. So this is the 2024 Pride Jam update. And if you don't know, this update was hated due to it being involved around like the LGBTQ community. I mean, this update was cool. We got like bouncy castles there and here, but you can see that the update was hated due to cosmetics like these. This is the Pride Jam cosmetics if you don't know, and as you can see it's like LGBTQ cosmetics. Now some people didn't really like this update because obviously not everyone supports the LGBTQ, and since Gorilla Tag has a very young player base, it's safe to say that this update got a bunch of hate, like I'm talking a bunch. However, this favourite part of this update to me wasn't the cosmetics, but it was these courses. I loved doing these all the time. I think it came out in this update or maybe an update before, but these were one of the funnest things in the game, and I don't really know why they got removed, because these were really fun. Because I personally believe these were one of the funnest things to be added in Gorilla Tag, but unfortunately it got removed. And unfortunately this update just got like a bunch of hate because obviously not everyone's supporting the LGBTQ. But these parkour courses, or these time trials, whatever you want to call them, these were my favourite parts, and I'd always used to play them on stream, and I'd literally have so much fun doing it, and it was like one of the best times. But yeah, enough of my opinion. It's safe to say this update was hated on due to the fact it was involved around the LGBTQ community, and the people didn't like the cosmetics. I remember mentioning earlier, burned these cosmetics because I didn't like this update that much. So yeah, that's what pretty much all these updates look like. If you would like me to make another video about this, talking about the best updates inside of Gorilla Tag, then please let me know and comment it down below. And now it's time for the conclusion of this video. So now, let's talk about the conclusion about this entire situation. So obviously in this video, I've talked about 3 of the most hated updates inside of Gorilla Tag, and they all have different traits on what make them hated. But over the course of this video, I believe that the most hated Gorilla Tag update in all of Gorilla Tag was the Pride update. There is many videos calling this the worst update inside of Gorilla Tag, and yet again this caused many issues and drama inside the community of Gorilla Tag. Someone was banned for having their name turned to God, as I previously said, and a lot of people didn't really support the LGBTQ in the Gorilla Tag community, so obviously this update was not liked at all. But at least now we know the most hated update inside of Gorilla Tag was indeed the Pride update. So what do you think about this situation? Comment it down below. Also, please remember to like and subscribe as it really helps me out. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it never hurts asking twice. Please remember to also join my Discord too with the link in the description. We are so close to 1,000 members. We're like at 910 right now, and when we hit 1,000, I'll be giving away 1k shiny rocks. Anywho, thank you again for watching to the end. Have an awesome day and night, and I will see you all in the next video.